It's June the 8th, going on to 1 o'clock, and where are we, Lena? Where are we? I don't understand where we are. With a big heavy shower of rain there, so with the shower of rain went over it, and then the sun came out. I was doing a wee video on my laptop, and Lena was lying in the sun. I'll tell you what, it looks like a bit rain again. We had a place called Glenmore Scenic Walk. I saved it on my sat nav. We're at Parker Forest. Half the forest is closed as that last storm. So I thought we'll come here. Like, it's on the way home. It's not far off, but I couldn't remember much about this place. I think I've been here twice, and there was a car park, but not until I arrived here. I thought, oh God. So what has happened here is trying to get out of the car. So I towel over the laptop so my laptop doesn't go missing. Where's my keys out like that? It's a very bad road here, very bad road. Do you know the weird thing is? That car beside me, he was coming down that way. I was coming down that way. We both met and we're both going to the same place. What's the chances of that? Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I mean nowhere, I mean like grass in the middle of the road nowhere. You know, overgrown trees nowhere. That road ain't ever busy there. But what has actually happened here is I've done that forest from the far side and it came out. So there's a wee road there, like. That's actually brighter here. See, once you go up into them trees up ahead, past that house, once you pass that house, barn, smoke barn. So what has happened here is I've come to this wee glen sometime from the far side, and I got this wee path. Oh, I wonder where that goes. And it's brought me out here. Then I have saved it on my phone, but I've never actually driven here. I've come to this place from the far side. Oh, so it's June icy. So covering themselves for insurance here, boys. Keep dogs on leads. Why is that? I'm not going to have the squirrels or nothing. Cars a steep gradient. Children must be supervised. Maximum penalty 500. No shouting in it. There would have been a wee information stand there at one time. It's long gone. So I think we can do a circle here, but the fact that we're in this path means we're not doing a full circle. We're going to have to come back out this way. I think there was supposed to be a bit of a waterfall. It's not spectacular. More man-made if I remember. But we'll find out today. So I can't remember. It's a long time since I was here. I got some new fence posts on there, boys. Well, ones are starting to rot, so he's put ones in between. So we're going to meet another man in here, isn't I? I was at Shane's castle there way back in May. Haven't made none of the videos yet. I made some, but haven't released them. There's far too much going on. See, this last block of weekends, up until I went away in springtime with caravan, I haven't released all them videos. I've made them, but I haven't released them. It's just after that holiday, it's been up until January, up until like April, there's nothing happening. Nothing. Everybody was hibernating. See, since that there, everything, every weekend there's something. Was Jam and Staban this weekend, and then a band put up here, up in Ballygawley the other night, last night. Next weekend is another wee puppy, that's why they kept in Leeds. Hold on, Lena, Mama get you in a lead, pet. Mama get you. Come on now, pet. Come on now, you are. Come on, you go through this wee gate now. That's the go. Hold on now, we'll let you off again. Alright, go. What if I hassle that? See, one of the time I plenty of pockets in my coats. See this wee jacket here? That's useless. 2 pockets really. Nowhere to keep everything. Like you see in the summertime, you're going to need a bottle of refreshments to drink. There should be a pocket in summer coats, especially for that. But say that much gone this last rock of weekends. Jam was the band yesterday. Next weekend now it's coming is the Royal Landing in Carrickfergus. Weekend after that is Armed Forces Day and Newton. And I think then there's a break. What will we do the last block of weekends? It's just that much on every weekend. There's something on, like. I say it's been non-stop. And they're going to bring a wee video out of a date. I like it to release as close to that date. But there's just too many. And then I was at the Shane's Castle the weekend in May. But there's too much going on, like it can't release them. But like this wood here lying empty, one car beside me, and now you meet her at an awkward gate. It's just funny, isn't it? Lying empty all year and then two people arrived together. So there's some nice wee flowers in there, you know, but they've already seeded or bloomed or whatever. A wee fence and path closed. We always ignore them, don't we, Lana? Due to storm damage, that's a way back, a storm Owen or whatever you call it. It's a long time getting things fixed. There's a storm here, so there. We'll take a look over this bridge. I presume we might come back this way. That's not what I remember here. Lana! Well, we're going to go up this here way. The locals have made a footpath. So that means it's way past. One weekend was the Apprentice Boys. Had we parade on? Oh, there was what do you call it? Royal Marine Band as well. One weekend. VE days, that's what it was. Whole pile of VE days. VE days in London wasn't much. VE day in Castledown, better. Different weekends. It's just a wild lot of them. You see, you have a problem spending money because there's that much free stuff to be done. But we're getting close to my summer holidays and I had to do a bit of DIY to my house. Done nothing to my house since Christmas. That was the last time I've done anything to the house. But the weather's all over the place. May was like summer, but cold nights, cold nights. Now it's like autumn, early spring, still cold nights. And I need to get, it was 4 degrees last night. I need to get the insulation off my house, off above the bedroom to get the wiring finished. I'm waiting for the nights to heat up. Once the nights get down to 10 degrees, then I'll take the insulation off. But 4 degrees last night. So we car camped last night in that park in the forest. That didn't quite go to plan. Forgot to bring the pass for the tour of the trees, but what odds? Nobody there to check it anyway. And then when I got there, I realised I forgot to bring the key and no access to the site. So I had a wild camp in the car park. What was I to do, like? So I paid £200 to join a camping thing, and then I had parking outside in the car park. Could have saved me £200. But we're walking around this wee wood now. See what's all here. So this is closed because of storm damage, but you can see there's been some chainsaws here. Maybe that's from the previous storm. No, but while a lot of things can disappear because of a storm, they just don't bother fixing it. There's always piles of money for a new scheme. You know, have somebody fight and have a peace and then money comes flying towards it. But a wee path like this could be 3 trees down, no funds to remove them. What happens a lot of times these wee trails, if you get a landslide, they just go and fix them. Well, we'll see what's closing this one off. A wee bridge in front. If I was a bit younger, you know, I'd need to think of buying my own chainsaw and clearing some of these wee paths myself. But you have to buy your safety equipment as well. But if I was out here with chainsaw, you know, Luna would be walking in front of it, like. That wee bridge there, look's got a wee serial number. That's not often you see a wooden bridge with a serial number. 1991 she was built. Number 2086, that's the 2086 project they've done there. Hardwood structure. That's down the foreign name, the constructions. 91, and it's like, try and think, what's that, it's over 30 years old, isn't it? But she's doing well, isn't she, but doing well. You think there's no maintenance done to that bridge at all, them boys don't even preserve it or stain it or nothing. built, put in there and then left. Wee bit of rot there to the end. But what they could do is put a wee bit of metal over that now. Get a wee bit extra life out of it. But it's surprising how decking boards even lasted. Screws to joiner. I think a wee wood like this, you know the concrete spans you get for buildings, floor spans? I think something like that is better. Although there's no handrails on them. Just a nice floor span. 3 files down. That doesn't do it any harm. They last a lifetime. There's a nice wee trail here. I might be as well take that wee car park off my, it wasn't on Google Maps, I have it saved on, on Google Maps, I haven't got my sat nav, I've on Google Maps. But had I not had it saved, I might have got the car park on the other side. But then maybe that's further away from home. I'll find out today when I get to the car park. It's quite a big drop there, you know. See, once you go over that side, it looks pretty steep. I'm not going to go down to find out, but it looks very steep. That's why you keep the wee wains under control. Probably some dogs will fall down there too, you know. Maybe that's why they want them on leads. And then parents go down after the dogs and they get stuck. The flunder goes down there, so everyone for themselves, you can get herself out. See that tree there, it's been cut away. I think some local person's been down here and opened this path up. And the council haven't been out to check since. That there, that looks pretty fresh there. I knew a boy one time used to work for the Forest Service. And he lived next, years ago forestry workers lived near the forest. And whenever he had a storm, he had his own wee quad bike and trailer. And they were allowed to go out in their own time. Now his own time now, not getting paid by the forestry. He's after the weekend, he could go out in his own time with his own chainsaw and clear the paths and take the wood home. So he burnt wood all the time. Yeah, going back to the time about these big arguers and all, big sheds and all they had in the countryside. And that's what they would have done years ago. But now, if you actually work for the forestry, it's very handy doing about a double overtime sometime and then phone up an alloy and to get your delivered rather than spend your weekend cutting up wood. But there's still people yet, minimum wage people, who would love to be able to come out here and cut a bit of wood up, but they're probably not killing themselves with their own chainsaws. And then the forestry insurance won't cover them. This is a nice wee walk that I remember. There's a bit of a landslide there. Not much. But you don't know, these boys could have been out with civil engineers and said, hey boys, you might fall. And this could be the reason why they blocked it off. There could be, wood could be rotting there, because she's dropped a wee bit. Then again, all you need there is a floor span. And that does away with the problem of subsidence. Span it. There's a stream down there, it's all rocks, not stones, pure rock. I'm actually impressed with this wee path. It's a nice wee walk, nice walk to do. Maybe I've never been here before, you know. I've saved it in the sat nav because it came up on Google Maps or something. So there's no car park on the other side. This is my first time here because I don't remember none of this. Well, look, even Luna's acting normal. Doing a wee sniffs and things. There's the underfelt there for the footpath. It was properly made at one time. I always like walking next to the edge of woods. See the open fields. Because apart from seeing the odd wee animal and things, wee cows and stuff, it's always nicer with the wind blowing and you get nice big trees. You get plenty of light. And it's always nice, the wind blowing through. I'm getting a bit tired out of it. There's a snuff now, I can get my breath back. So here's a big tree down here, boys. Maybe this is the step, that's not the tree, it's the root ball. Looks like ones are walking up here in the banking. You know, there's that clay's high up there. It wouldn't be hard to fill that wee hole up here, boys. They've closed this whole path off because of one wee hole. So there's the path itself over there, the gravel. So you just bring the path across there now and just leave that as it is. That's nature. Leave it as it is. That storm was back when? February, March? It was February. It doesn't look the biggest of trees to shift, does it? The root ball makes it awkward. That's why I think it's just behind him, put the path behind. More than that. Brand new wood and all put on here, boys. Brand new wire. You must have spent a wee bit of money before the storm. The only problem I see with this so far, although there's water going through here, there's no chance of wee pup swimming in it. The only place I've seen is where we had the double gates next to the water there, where I passed the woman and a dog. They could get a drink. But it's not the kind of stream where wee pup will go in the summertime for a swim. I don't even know how long this footpath is. I presume it's a circle going by the bridge near the start. Should have measured and mapped my walks. There's a footpath down below. I might come out in that now, and there's another bridge. A wee bit of a waterfall. So maybe this is the wee park I'm thinking of. I'll find out now when we get to this car park, if there is one. This is the car park I was thinking of. This code's clicking again. This is the car park I was thinking of. So last time I came here, I would have done the wee walk lower down, and then I would have come up here to check it out, find out where it went, and then saved it. So we're getting maybe a wee sign and all here now, and a wee map showing you the footpaths and all. Look at that good washer there, boys. Wee washer lying down there. You know that wee washer there? Probably it's a big hole right now. That's probably a fiver there, like a 5p. More than that. Mid Ulster Council here. That's Mid Ulster. Mid Ulster District Council. So is that Cookstown and all, is it? Dungannon. Something clicking on my coat. I don't know which knob it is. Too many things on it. So here's a wee car park I was thinking on here. The signs are missing. So there was a sign each side, but often missing. But that road there's not much bigger out there, you know. It would be a bigger road, but not much bigger. So there's no sign to tell you where you are here. But you're not going to bring a motorhome here. The roads are too narrow. Anybody thinking of wild camping like? I want to see where we are. I want to check Google Maps here. Look, people want to know where we are. And why did Google Maps bring me to the back entrance? On Google Maps does not highlight this car park at all. No name to it. So the Glenmore Scenic Walk is listed as the entrance I came in. It's not on there at all now. There's nothing there to tell you. It doesn't even show a car park, it doesn't even show the entrance road. That's where I am right now. So it's not on the maps here at all. I expect the tourist to find it, Lena. Then you get that wee Google camera out again. Normally I would always stick to this side boundary, but I noticed the wee bridge down here. Around this way the wee bridge, Lena, probably goes the same place anyway. Because people want to know how close we are to the stream. So there's no swimming there. So I imagine when they built this, all that grass wasn't in there. Do you know what? I remember coming in here with wee Willow and going over that fence and getting Willow into the water, because wee Willow was gasping, so she was. She was gasping. No, you want to demonstrate how a wee puppy, if it's desperate for water, can get in. No bother Tyrone getting in. So I'd imagine originally that lake was a lot bigger. It's just filled up with silt over the time. You're not going to swim in there now. So that might be Luna's first time here. It was wee Willow I had. And wee Willow just couldn't jump over fences the way Luna the lunatic can. See, that's quite deep there, like. I'm not swimming it right now. Do you know what? We're all going to the same place if you ask me. That wee bridge just might be a circular walk here. We'll do a circle. We can do a circle. So then you get a wee digger. There's no bulrushes or nothing growing on there. You'd think if it's been an lake filled up, there'd be bulrushes. So years ago when I was growing up, you had Enterprise Ulster. People long-term unemployed. And they would do schemes like this to get people into employment again. That red water there, that's from the peat. The River Roe. Roe means red or something on Gaelic. Don't know the exact pronunciation. And it's like there's blood flowing down the river. I know something, that's how River Roe got its name. But if you look around, there's lots of rivers even more redder than the River Roe. So you know what's happened here? The wee stream has flown through here once upon a time. And when they built this thing here, that's a man-made weir. Does nothing, only look fancy. And when they built that man-made weir, that would have made a pond behind. But over the years now, the pond is filled up with silt. So no ponds, going back to a stream, only higher up. That's basically what's happening. And there's a wee bridge we've seen. You just had to do a circle. So that's, most people would have came in the car, had a wee picnic, took a wee walk around here, might have looked at a wee duck or two. Maybe the locals have ate the ducks. They're dangerous there, boys, dangerous. So if you go on the Google Maps, that's what you're going to see there. I remember seeing that there in Google Maps and saying, I wonder where that wee place is there. We've never been there. If you look carefully, way down the bottom, there's a brown pipe. And that brown pipe is the plug hole to empty the pond. So had they looked after it better, they could have pulled the plug out, drained the pond, and got in there with a digger. But it's so full now, you've no chance of getting to the plug. I know there are some dams. I watched a YouTube video about dams. When you build a big dam, the same happens. They fill up with clay. And every now and again, they'd open that bottom up to flush out some of the clay. Because what happens over the years, the dam doesn't hold the same water, and then you don't have the same power off it. So that's exactly what's going on there now. If you take the Hoover Dam there in America, if all humans were wiped off the face of the earth with nuclear war, and the dam started, that dam would be a big lake like that after a while. Just full up solid. So about 30 years ago, they done this 35 years ago. You just had a stream like that, and that's what tongue takes for a wee pond to fill up. If there's something clay in there to dig out now, if you would dig it out. See, the idea you wouldn't dig it out, you would dig down there and get that plug and let the water go out the bottom. And then nature would take the clay away itself. Some of it, I wouldn't take it all away. But see, farmers might want some of that clay, you know. It's good fertile soil there. So we're around here now, we're going back up that high path then. I'll do a full circle then. Oh, let us eating grass, we'll let her eat the grass. That's okay, pet, you eat the grass. Likes it when I hand feed her grass. You see a blade of grass, anybody wants to feed the dogs grass, that's how you do it. That's a nice leaf there. Now, I've never ate one, but I know you look at it, that's going to be a tasty one. And I get the wee leaf and break off the leaf. Look, I can't wait to get it. You think Luna just wants to eat crap off the ground? She loves her greens, but they have to be selected. But like bird's eye, like. No, greens does our Luna. She likes the stuff that's selected. But the one thing with Luna, I could pick off leaves for 20 minutes before she's sick. My other pups would have ate, wee Lucy, my first dog, she would have took off the actual leaf that she wanted. The way I am now. That's how I learnt all this. A wee Lucy taught me all this. And she would have picked off the individual leaves. Shadow, he was more like a cow. He would just sort of munch the plant. But even at that, it didn't take him long to be sick. If they ever got to be up, you know what, Andrew's liver salts and all. Anybody takes that, upset tummy. The wee dogs, the wee tummy's not feeling quite right. They like a couple of wee, the only thing is now I fed her no time ago. We do want Luna to turn to be an anorexic, stuff her face and then bring everything up. So we don't want to do too much grass. That's enough. But if your wee dog is ever sick, ever feels sick, it's not eating, it's got diarrhea and all the rest, and it's bulking up at the same time, there's something that if they've been thrown up in the stomach and having diarrhea, there's something stuck in the stomach, whether it be bones or something like that. Get a bits of grass, feed them the grass, and I guarantee 95% chance when the sick comes up, there'll be something in it, and then no problem after that. So we're up a steep hill now, Luna. This wee wood is actually nicer now than what I remember. But I'm just thinking, it was a hot day, had a wee willow, couldn't get it cooled off, so that makes a difference. I mean, you got a wee pup trying to keep them cool. Today it's nice and blowy. Luna has had a wee walk this morning, right for the weekend, she's nice and relaxed. In the water is she? So we're up this big hill now under the trees, Luna. There's not many birds singing here. Oh, there's a bird singing. And there must have been no squirrels or rabbits. There's nothing attracting Luna. There's not many flowers, daisies, so not a lot of biodiversity here. A few buttercups. There'll be blackberries coming out here soon, Luna. Luna likes her blackberries. So I wouldn't be too keen on big wide paths like this. I prefer the one we came up. This has been designed for maintenance trucks to drive on. Now it could be traditionally an old lane. They mightn't have made it. Before they built this park for the public, this could have been an old right of way for a farmer like. So it could still be 100 years old. But just I'd rather walk narrow paths than this. I say the only problem with this wee park here, this park in Air Forest is only about 7-8 miles away. It's a lot easier to get to. And it has toilets. And it has a pond that's still in use. If you had a family, that's where you're going to go. And if you're a dog walker, they want dogs and leads here. There's wee pink flowers. They want dogs and leads here. When I'm parking Air Forest, your dog can be off a lead. So it's not to say it's ideal for dog walkers, is it? There's wee steps going somewhere. No! Wee steps going somewhere here, pet. Must be a wee viewpoint. From the top of here, we'll probably see trees. Look at the view's about to open up. We can see the rain on the horizon. Aye. A wee viewpoint now. Now I sit down and have a wee drink of juice. Then again, when they built this, these trees wouldn't have been as tall. I would like it, if you like, you get a wee Wayne's Fort, a wee climbing tower. But nice if, you like the Eiffel Tower, we don't have enough of towers in this country. Everything's all about height. Don't want to be nosy neighbours and all that. It's nice to get, why climb a hill when you just put a wee, they could have raised that up 6 foot and the views would have been spectacular. Not to mention the rain lashing at you. It's a wee triangle shape, Lena. So I imagine anybody wants to go to the tower is probably pushing behind that day, you know. So there's the views there now. There's not a lot to see really. It's green fields, but there's nothing you can say, oh there's Dungannon over there, or there's Loch Ness. There's nothing that I can see that actually stands out. Do you know what? See if you can stand on the roof of that. You might see Loch Ness there, you don't know. You don't even see any main roads. There's nothing really you can pinpoint out. The farmers down there are bringing in the straw, the hay, whatever. The wee fields just cut, tractor line over there in the trailer. Must be on a tea break. The rain's coming on soon, Luna. Forget about the tea breaks, I reckon. What's Luna going there for? There's not much of a view. I have a wee drink there. Not much of a view with them ferns. But I'll tell you what, look at the plywood. If this place is about 30, 35 years old, I reckon that plywood's original. And plywood today wouldn't last that long. Plywood today is useless. That's rotted a wee bit at the bottom. Plywood today just delaminates. And like I remember using plywood years ago, and a bit of a shed and all like. And we used to wee thin bit. Thinner than that there, it didn't even rot or nothing. Nowadays you can't trust plywood at all. And they've used it in the seat and all. It's lasting well there. Come on now, we'll head on. Don't know if that wee mic picks the wind up nicely, but it's just a lovely wee breeze, nice, lovely sound coming off the wind of these trees. A wee bit of sun shining. So we're joining our wee path again now and continue down. I must come back here again, you know, this is quite nice. It's nice being out on a Sunday and not worrying about piles of families and stuff. Just me and my Luna. Long way to carry a picnic to get to there. What do I say about it? There only is really 2 trees down in this wood from that last storm. And you think other places like Drum Manor were devastated. But you've no fir trees or nothing, it's proper trees. If I was retired now from work, instead of going to these men's sheds and stuff, I'd love if there wee volunteer things. A wee minibus to bring you out the woods and all and do repairs like that, you know, whenever you're tired. You know, some ones work with steam engines and all that. And that'd be a nice wee retirement project there, just come out. If you have a wee, like conservation volunteers used to be down our way, but it was always special learning ones. Trying to think of the name. That would have been in it. I don't think it was open for new people to join. It's not going now. It used to be down in Granshire Wood. It's finished now, probably no funding. But they had a wee minibus to pick up all the local young adults, and then they potter about in the woods. So they put in proper drains in this place, so they have. It's one they just didn't put in open drains down the side these gully covers. Because normally they'd block with these. Where's Lena? There she is in front. I'm about to catch up. Hey, honey, do you want to run up towards me and use some calories? Luna, run! Look at the laziness. Luna! 1, 2, 3. Come on, Luna! She's a lazy, I tell you. See that? If it was a squirrel, she'd be running 100 miles an hour. And yet she won't even come up to walk up to me slowly. Oh no, just wait for me to catch up. Sending me, I've already done that once, I'm not doing it again. Unbelievable, you know, sometimes. Well, the wee doggies that run back wagging the tail like, what? There's a big drain there. These drains are all different sizes. She's properly made there, boys. Breeze blocks. Big enormous pipe. Must be a great bit of water coming down there. She's well oversized there. Great big pipe. But you think they're doing that 30 years ago. Why can they not do that now? I think one of the problems is somebody's come here, seen how much water, estimated what they need, and put it in. So that's a big one. One up there's a wee one, a big one, medium-sized one. While if you did that today, somebody in Belfast would be sitting where we drawn and they're marking wee squares and put them all the same size and they block up. The thing I noticed about this path, she's sloping there in the way. Normally they slope the path out the way so the water runs over the banking. And then you get soil erosion during heavy rain. They have sloped this way, so all the water's forced into the side. And no soil erosion at the edge. So I'm into all this kind of stuff. You know, when you're a DIYer, you need to know all this kind of stuff. Years ago, I lowered my mother's backyard. So it ended up, we put a pond in and we lowered the backyard. So it meant then you had about, would it be 20 feet by 15 feet, maybe bigger than that. You had a big area that was lower than all the ground around it, and there's no drains. There's no drains at that level. So what I done, before we put in the flower beds and stuff, I put in a lot of drain pipes. I don't need down pipes, I don't buy nothing, me like. I don't need down pipes that was left over from somebody else's house, and drilled piles of holes in it. And I buried them all, and then put the gravel on top, and the idea being, not that the water would ever run away, whatever water landed in the garden would be there, but was soaked down under these pipes, and then pipes could hold a certain amount of water and gradually release it. I was way ahead of my time. My garden never flooded. Never flooded. All the heavy rain we got. And up then she got an extension built onto the house. It's all ticking away. But the idea worked, but we had a stream behind the house. Anybody else would like put in big pipes and run it out to the stream. But the stream can bring water back up the pipes. So I use it like a soakaway. Then the flower beds were raised up and the water could run underneath. Worked perfect. But when you do something like that as a DIYer, you don't put in just what you need, you always overestimate because you're no way of knowing exactly what you need. Where somebody in an office would be on a computer and say, well, every 30 years the maximum rainfall is going to be so much, so all we need to do is so much, and that's all they do, the minimum, to save money. It wasn't costing me money because it's leftover piping. It just took time. And the gravel, we're not far off the quarries. If you go and get gravel from a quarry, that's a fraction of the price as if you had to go and buy it. At that time it was about £5 for a trailer. I would say if you went to the quarry now, you still wouldn't be any more than £15 for a trailer. And it doesn't matter if you've got a big trailer or a wee trailer. You get them big quarry machines and he's only putting a wee tiny scoop in the corner of his big shovel and your trailer's way the way down like. So they don't actually count the quantity they give you. If you got a wee trailer, they'll shove it up, it's a set price. You're paying for your man's time to scoop it up and put it in the trailer. We're near the end now. So this wee bridge down the bottom, and then there's the path up. It's closed off in front of us. You built this today, you put plastic decking on here. If you fell in there, but that'll be slippery as anything, try and walk on that rock. So we're down here now to where the double gates are. I see if Luna gets a wee drink. And then we see about heading home. Might stop off at Oma on the way home. Going down now to the wee double gates. Luna's probably having a wee drink already. So the farmer must move his cows from one field to the other. He shouldn't drive a truck crossing his tractor now. No gates in them fields. You getting a wee drink, honey? God, you're a bother with getting the tractor up that side there, wouldn't you? Must be just wee animals walk across. There's a possibility there could be animals in this field. There's no gates, and that's why your dog has to be on lead. No, I have to go now, Lynn. I'm on ahead. Maybe sheep or something. I don't see no poo in the house, so it hasn't been anything recently. Is there any wee feet marks in that mud, is there, Lynn? No recent ones. The car's just down here now. That's another wee walk finished. Lynn loves these wee walks. Back now at the car, there would have been a wee map and all there, but it's gone. But the council are keeping the grass cut, and they are repairing bits of fencing and all. So there's people looking after it. No bins, the picnic tables, so there's no harm in that. People take the rubbish home with them. Bit awkward having a gate in the car park. Come on out on it. That's a girl.